idea here is that after every one of these agents run, they're going to validate the file. They
Donald Trump. And now we were expecting dialogue to take place in Vienna, where the technical details in Austria would have been discussed. But before that comes this full-scale kind of an attack where the nuclear arsenals and, of course, the missile technology and, of course, the government buildings are the main target of the Americans and the Israelis in Iran. The government here in Israel is very much prepared. That's what they're saying. They've been preparing for this day since weeks together. While the message from Donald Trump is that they're looking at a regime change, but will that be possible? Because the regime in Iran is also in a very, very strong position. They have pledged retaliation, which is underway right now. On your screens, there are visuals coming in from Bahrain, but there could be possibly visuals coming in from Kuwait and Qatar also, where possibly there could be, US bases under attack by the Iranians. Well, we haven't seen the most lethal attack from US yet. These are just the first wave of attacks that are taking place, but a more brutal, a more lethal wave of attacks could possibly come in the next few hours. Even as NDTV continues to report from Israel, I'm inside a bomb shelter, staying safe because of the missiles that are coming underway. There are explosions taking place right above the sky where I am right now in Tel Aviv. But situation very, very fluid, very dramatic out here. People are not taking precautions. People are taking precautions and not, staying outdoors here in Tel Aviv.
The images that you see right now on your television screens, viewers, are from Bahrain, where military targets of America have been struck by Iran. Right now, NDTV is the only channel which is getting you the coverage from all sides. The view from Iran, the view from Israel. Aditya Rajkol, the only Indian journalist who is right now present inside Israel. This picture is of a plume of smoke rising from one of the targets that Iran says it has struck in Bahrain. Of course, significant American naval assets present in the entire region. And already the Foreign Ministry of Iran has said that this is going to be fair game. We were the victim of an unprovoked aggression by Israel and America, and now we are going to retaliate. Every American asset in the region is going to be on our radar. And these pictures are from Bahrain. Aditya right now, in fact, is in a bomb shelter because we are learning that sirens continue to sound in Jerusalem area. Across the north of Israel, blasts are heard, and the IDF is currently working to intercept any of the missiles that are coming in that direction. But so far, and that is significant, so far, there are no reports of any injuries or any casualties anywhere from across Israel. Aditya.
Well, that's right. What I tell you right now, the video might have just gone because I'm reading from a message that I've received from one of the sources. And he says that Iran has now planned attack in 5 different locations. One is the US 5th Fleet Naval Base in Bahrain that we are reporting on. The second is the Al Salim Air Base in Kuwait. The third is the Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar. And then, of course, the Al Darafa Air Base in the United Emirates. So there are 5 locations that we are talking about right now where Iranians are targeting. Not all 5 locations is where the blasts have been heard till now. There are 2 locations in Bahrain and Kuwait where blasts have been heard, but Qatar and UAE are also on the radar of the Iranians. That's what we are being told. And perhaps there could be an imminent attack because these are the locations where the US air bases are currently, and there's a strong deployment of the US Navy, the US Air Force, and of course the US Army in these locations. So We are looking at a full-scale kind of a conflict that is developing at this stage. Earlier, it was being said that this was a preemptive strikes to convey a strong message to Iran, even as the dialogue was underway. Remember, we had a dialogue take place yesterday in Geneva, where no commitments were made by Iran.
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete
Iran. Uh, Remember, Iran has strongly retaliated to US and Israel joint strikes, and the Iranian regime has attacked US military bases in multiple countries and cities across the GCC, which is Bahrain, Kuwait, UAE, Saudi Arabia, Jordan, and Iraq, which have caused damage to several US installations. Kuwait and the UAE have temporarily, in fact, closed their airbase as precautionary measure. Here's that report.
US and Israel launching a combined offensive against Iran. Iranian presidential residence and several key locations attacked. And then came an unexpected retaliation. The Middle East is at war. It all started with the US and Israel launching an all-out attack on Iran, targeting 30 sites simultaneously, including the residence of the Iranian president and nuclear facilities. In no time, Trump issued the strongest warning yet to the Iranian regime.
You must lay down your weapons and have complete immunity, or in the alternative, face certain death.
Then it was Iran's turn. The Khamenei regime struck US naval bases, causing smoke clouds, chaos, and massive damage. Bahrain, UAE, Saudi Arabia, Jordan, Iran attacked US bases one after another, leaving nations on Iran's radar with no option but to close their airspace. Israel also faced the wrath of Iran. A cloud of smoke appeared in Jerusalem, Israel, while sirens sounded in Haifa. In Ashkelon, Israelis took shelter in a bunker. The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps confirmed all Israeli and US bases in the region have been struck and operations will continue relentlessly, unquote. This marks a massive escalation and it is not expected to stop anytime soon. Bureau Report, India Today.
And Israeli sources who have briefed the media on the military operations have now said that it believes its attack earlier today in Iran across multiple cities of Iran has killed